UFC 316 Dvalishvili versus O'Malley 2. Quick pick predictions. If you haven't watched these videos before, we go from the bottom of the card to the main event, Sugar Sean O'Malley, Dvalishvili, and give you my quick breakdown for every single one of these fights. Let's get into it. We got Mark Chowinski taking on Marquel Medeiros, undefeated, taking the fight on short notice. He's in his, kind of in his prime, 29 years old. He was supposed to fight in the welterweight division a week after this fight with Marquel Medeiros. Now he's fighting a week prior and in a different weight class. So there is some unknowns with how he's going to deal with having to cut more weight than he would have and taking the fight a week earlier than he would have. But he still had the training camp and things like that. So it's not like he's taking the fight completely on super short notice. Mark is the better wrestler, the better grappler. Marquel is the better striker. Cardio-wise, Mark is better. It's going to come down to, can Mark get the takedowns and wear on that gas tank of Marquel? Marquel is going to be looking to outstrike, defend the takedowns. Mark, get the takedowns and wear on Marquel. I'm going to go round 2, round 3 for Mark Chowinski, round 1 for Marquel Medeiros. I think it's going to be a very close fight. It's going to come down to round 2, round 1 Marquel, round 3 Mark Chowinski, and round 2 I think Mark secures it with a takedown and a little bit of ground and pound. So I got Mark Chowinski as the dog winning in the first fight of the night. Quillen Salkilld taking on Yanal Ashmouz. Huge favorite here. I got Quillen Salkilld winning this fight over Yanal by a decision in a close 29-28 decision here. I think Quillen defends a lot of the takedowns. Not all. I think Yanal will get a takedown or two. But I do believe Quillen's going to stay on the outside kick and land good punches as Yanal is coming in and just overall outstrike Yanal for 3 rounds. I think he's going to lose one of those by getting taken down and Yanal getting inside and landing a big shot. Other than that, I think Quillen lands some good ones, but I don't think he gets close to a knockout over Yanal. Yanal's a hard guy to finish. I'm going to go Quillen Salkilld, 29-28 decision. Ju Sang Yu taking on Jekka Saraj. I'm going to go Ju Sang Yu. Another massive favorite here. He's great calf kicks, good counter puncher. He's a little bit taller, a little bit lengthier than Jekka. Is going to stay on the outside, bouncing and moving in and out, and he's going to be looking to counter Jekka as he comes in. I think he will be successful. I don't think this is going to be a wrestler and grappling type of fight. I think Ju is just going to be playing that counter punching game. Jekka's going to come forward. Ju is going to stay back and pop him as he comes in. I'm going to go Ju Sang Yu KO TKO with a counter punch or kick as Jekka comes in round 1 or round 2. Then we got Ariane Lipski da Silva taking on Kong Wang in the women's flyweight division. Age, Ariane is a little bit younger. Height, reach, pretty similar as well. Kong is the better striker. Ariane is the better grappler. But Kong has great takedown defense, as shown in her Gabriela Fernandez fight. Only reason she got submitted was because she got clubbed and subbed. So as long as Ariane doesn't rock Kong Wang, I think Kong Wang keeps his fight on the feet and outstrikes Ariane da Silva for 3 straight rounds. So I'm going to go Kong Wang 30-27, outstriking Ariane on the feet. But it could be a fluke. Ariane gets it to the ground and chokes out Kong Wang. She is very good once she gets it to the floor with knee bars, rear nakeds, and all sorts of different submissions on the ground. So Kong by unanimous decision, or Ariane with a fluke submission. I'm going to go Kong Wang, unanimous decision. Chaos Williams taking on Andreas Gustafsson in the UFC welterweight division. I'm going to go Andreas Gustafsson as a pretty big dog here. Am I confident? You saw in the confidence picks video. I am not. I barely lean Andreas to get into the clinch immediately and start working the gas of Chaos Williams. Work that body of Chaos Williams. And then the power on the feet and the striking is going to go down and down and down as the fight goes on. I think round 1, Chaos will land a good shot. Maybe hurt Andreas Gustafsson, land some big powerful shots, and then round 2, round 3, his power is going to slowly go down, his cardio slowly goes down as Andreas wears on him in the clinch. I'm going to go Andreas Gustafsson using that clinch work, that body work, and just overall landing more shots there to win this fight in round 2, round 3, 29-28 for Andreas Gustafsson. Waldo Cortez Acosta, Sergey Spivac, the polar bear in the heavyweight division. I've said this so many times. It's a knockout for Waldo Cortez Acosta, or it's a submission or ground and pound TKO for Sergey Spivac. This is a finish type of a fight here in the heavyweight division. Sergey is so far superior in wrestling and grappling, but Waldo, he's a big boy. He's a lot heavier than Sergey. If he can just stuff a takedown, Sergey is not very good on the striking, so it's going to be a knockout. It's going to be a finish. Either way, I'm going to go Sergey Spivac to submit Waldo in round 2 or ground and pound TKO Waldo in round number 2. Do not be surprised if Waldo catches him coming in, defends one takedown, and just wails on Sergey Spivac. That's a 50-50 fight. Azamat Murzakanov and Brandon Ribeiro in the light heavyweight division. I think Brandon's going to stay on the outside, use that height, use that reach, have Azamat come to him. Azamat is going to come to him. Brandon's going to have some success in round number 1, countering Azamat as he comes in. Round 2, that's when Azamat's going to find his range. He's going to get inside and he's going to crack the chin of Brandon Ribeiro and TKO him in round number 2. I think Brandon does well. I think he does well and wins round 1. We're going to be like, uh-oh, big favorite, undefeated guy's about to lose. And then Azamat's going to come back in round 2. Azamat, round 2, TKO. Bruno Silva, Josh Van. I think Josh 30-27s or knocks out Bruno Silva. I'm straight up with you guys. I really, really do think so. 3 wins in a row. Very, very much the younger fighter here. Taller, not as lengthy, but more powerful. Better boxing, better speed, better agility, better chin. Got so many better attributes than Bruno Silva here. And I think he uses them. Again, 30-27, I think defends whatever takedowns come his way and absolutely destroys Bruno Silva in the striking. If Bruno wins, it's going to have to be a fluke, club and sub type of deal. Other than that, I think Josh Van wins this fight very handily. 30-27 or a knockout in round 1, round 2, as Bruno is trying to make it a little bit dirty. Josh cracks him. So knockout or 30-27 for Josh Van. Vicente Luque, Kevin Holland. I'm going to go Kevin Holland, unanimous decision, 29-28, 30-27, little mix of scorecards there. He is taller, he is lengthier. Neither guy's going to wrestle or grapple, in my opinion. I think this is going to be a striking matchup. Kevin's the better striker. He's faster, he hits harder, he's got the better chin, he's taller, he's lengthier. He's got everything going for him in this matchup. I got Kevin Holland pretty handedly winning this fight on the judges' scorecards unanimously. Patchy Mix and Mario Bautista. I'm going to go Patchy Mix round 2 submission. Round 2 submission. I think round 1 they're going to be very even in the striking. Patchy's going to take down Mario at the end of round number 1. Mario is going to survive for a little bit. And then at the beginning of round 2, Patchy's going to find that range to get the takedown a little bit easier. Get the back of Mario immediately as he found his footing in the UFC octagon. And he's going to choke Mario Bautista out. I don't know if Mario's going to tap. We shall see. But I'm going to go Patchy Mix round 2 submission. Joe Pyer, Kelvin Gastelum. I'm going to go Joe Pyer by finish in round 2. I'm going to go submission arm triangle choke. It could be in round 3 as well. But I think on the feet, Kelvin's going to come to him. Joe's going to use his height and reach, stay on the outside, and counter Kelvin as he comes in. And eventually, not counter with punches, but counter with a takedown. Get on top of Kelvin, heavy ground and pound, and work towards that arm triangle choke position. Ground and pound, ground and pound, ground and pound, boom! Get it locked in. Get to side control and squeeze and put that pressure right on the neck of Kelvin Gastelum. I think Joe Pyer gets the submission in round number 2. I don't know why it's going so slow. Kayla Harrison, Juliana Peña in the women's bantamweight division. Massive favorite. I got Kayla Harrison winning this fight by decision. A lot of people are so confident on Kayla. I'm not one of them. I'm going Kayla Harrison to get the takedowns early on, round 1, round 2, round 3. Then the sweat and all of that starts to play in. Juliana's got the better gas tank. She defends the takedown in round 4, and Kayla starts to wilt a little bit. Her cardio from cutting all that weight, her muscle and everything like that. Juliana starts to make a comeback, wins round 4, wins round 5, gets close to finishing Kayla in round 5. But I think Kayla wins the first 3. Juliana wins the last 2, and we got a Kayla Harrison new UFC bantamweight champion. Merab Dvalishvili and Sean O'Malley. I'm going to go 48-47. Very, very close decision for Merab Dvalishvili. I've been saying it a lot. Sugar just needs to fix a few things, land a few more punches every single round, keep it on the feet for 30 seconds longer every single round, and he could very well go out there and win this fight if Merab doesn't capitalize on his takedowns and actually land ground and pound. Go for submissions. He needs to work when he gets these takedowns. I think Merab does so. I think he learned from the last fight. And with Umar as well, that fight was a lot closer than it needed to be. Merab's got to work a little bit more when he does get the takedowns. Stop gloating. Stop, making a show. And I think Merab is going to win if he's able to get those takedowns and do things with it. Ground and pound submission attempts, I think he does. But I think O'Malley also defends a little bit more this time, because now that he knows Merab a little bit more, he's been in there with him. So I'm going to go Merab 48-47. I think it's going to be a closer fight than last time, but I'm going to go Merab to win the decision. That's what I got. I got Merab in the main event, Kayla Harrison in the co-main, Joe Pyfer, Patchy Mix, Kevin Holland, Josh Van, Azuma Murzakanov, Sergey Spivac, underdog Andreas Gustafsson, Kong Wang, Ju Sang-yu, Quillen Salkilld, then underdog Mark Chowinski. Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe. Those are my quick pick predictions.